Alright, well today we're going to give you a short demonstration on the Oculus, and we're going to play my favorite game called Assetto Corsa. It's a driving simulation game which has Oculus support to my delight, and I have the Thrustmaster force feedback wheel here along with the pedal set, so if you combine this and the Oculus you have a very nice immersive driving experience. We're going to do something a little different today. Instead of showing you a screen capture of what you see on your Oculus, I'm going to actually shove this iPhone camera into the right lens of the Oculus, so you have a better idea what you actually see. Just to give you a warning, when I do put the camera in the right lens of the Oculus, you'll see a lot of screen flickering, and that doesn't really exist at all. The reason for that being is that the iPhone is recording at 60 frames per second, whereas the Oculus is shooting images at 75 frames per second, and there's some kind of syncing thing going on there, some kind of syncing issue. So just to let you know, the flickering does not happen, or it does not exist in the Oculus. So here goes. I think that's good. I'm going to tape it in place so it doesn't move around too much. It's ridiculous. Alright, we're going to do that. Bring this. There we go. So since I taped it in place, I really can't see anything. So I'm seeing everything through the viewfinder of the iPhone. I think it's in focus. Nah, it's not in focus. This. Is that better? Yes, that's better. Yep. Anyway, this is what I see. With the 980 Ti graphics card, we could bump up the graphics setting so high that you could get awesome reflections off the body of the car. And just look at that. And that's just here. Let me get to a better area. Hold on. Yeah, I'm driving through the viewfinder of the iPhone, so I can't really judge. It's 2D, not 3D like the Oculus, so it's really yeah, you see the reflection on the hood of the car is just amazing, and when you drive, you just see the environment just go by in the reflection, and little things like that really add to the immersive experience to the Oculus. So it's really important that you have a strong graphics card so that you could bump up those settings so that you can feel like you're really in that environment. And yeah, I mean, look at all the detail that you can see. There's the rear view mirror, that's the left side, and there's the right side, and I mean look at even the shadowing. The shadowing is on Ultra right now. Actually, pretty much everything's on Ultra in this game. The only thing that's not on Ultra is actually the reflection, because that for some reason is so hard to do that it's actually on medium, and it's refreshing at a medium rate. Other than that, everything is bumped up to Ultra. And just look at the great detail. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's great. And as I'm moving the camera, right, moving my point of perspective, look at the reflection following. That's so awesome. The other great thing the Oculus does is it handles transparent objects very well. Look at this plexiglass windscreen that it has right here. I mean, it's so convincing that it's there. Now the Oculus, you can kind of see backwards, but there's no tracking on the back of the DK2. They supposedly fixed that problem with the first consumer version that's coming out in the first quarter of 2016, about half year from now. I'm making this video, I think it's August 7th or August 8th, and so that's coming out really soon, and that Oculus is supposed to even give better resolution than you're seeing right now. What you're seeing right now is 1080p. The Oculus is just slightly better than 1080p, so you could expect to see graphics to look even better than this. But anyway, I'm going to attempt to look at the back of the car and see if the Oculus will track. Yeah, it's doing an okay job. Whoa, the camera fell out. Yeah, stick that back in there. Alright, well, I'm going to give this a whirl. I'm going to drive a little bit around so it gives you a better idea of what it's like to drive in a driving simulator for Oculus. There we go. And since I'm driving with one hand and looking through the viewfinder, I'm not going to be driving very well, but I'm just going to, whoa. Yeah, my hand's in the way of the motion, the head motion tracker, so you're going to see some jumping around. But it's really smooth. There's no judder. Yeah, you won't get motion sickness in this because, I mean, there's no choppiness. It's shooting out at 75 frames per second from what I could tell. Wow, this is such an ethereal experience. I mean, this car here is the Lotus 49. I think it's the Lotus 49. It's an old school race car with no fins. It's just basically 4 fat tires, 1 big engine on a Coke can. Whoa! Oh, I'm spinning out. Woo! Let me just do that again. But anyway, the tape's about to give out on the iPhone. So, but yeah, you could move your head around. You could tilt your head, right? I mean, you can look up and down. And I mean, look at this bridge that we're about to, that's so cool. Again, if you see the image jumping around, it's because my hand's in the way of the head motion tracker of the Oculus and I'm blocking the signal. Usually you don't have your hands on the headset at all when you're playing, so you won't have that problem when you're playing. But even look at the road, even the sense of motion is just fantastic. And let's look at the, yeah, look at the reflection on the hood. It rotates with the environment. It is such a cool experience. I've probably clocked in maybe over 40 hours on Oculus in this game, and I still just can't get enough. It's such... You have to really try it out to really understand what I'm talking about. Assetto Corsa, graphics-wise, is so great. I mean, if you can't tell from this video, it's so convincing. And the physics and everything, wow. And when you combine it with the Thrustmaster force feedback wheel that I'm using, it's such a realistic feel to everything that's going on. So in this video, you're only seeing 2 dimensions. Mind you, I'm only sticking this in the right eye cup of the Oculus. So when you put it on, you're seeing everything in 3 dimensions, and Assetto Corsa did everything perfectly. There's no eye strain, there's no nothing. It's just as natural as looking out from sunglasses. And yeah, you could judge corners so well. Right now I'm doing a horrible job driving because I'm looking through the viewfinder of the iPhone, and as you know, the iPhone is only 2D, so I can't really judge how fast I'm going and how close those corners are. But anyway, this should give you a really good idea of my experience of what I see through the Oculus when I play. So yeah, it's just fantastic. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this little demonstration of the Oculus. If you have any questions, our email address is on our website. Just go there and just shoot away, and I'm sure we have agents there that can answer your questions.